There's still time to submit your bank account information to the IRS to get your stimulus payment faster, but not much.
The
Friday that taxpayers who qualify for the one-time 2020 stimulus payment have until noon on Wednesday, May 13, to get their money faster by submitting direct deposit information on the
site.
The IRS also offers,
for people who don't typically file tax returns, to
submit basic information, like a bank account number, to get the stimulus payment deposited quickly into their bank account. People who have little or no income and didn't file a tax return, and who don't get Social Security retirement, survivor or disability benefits, railroad retirement benefits, supplemental security income or VA compensation and pension benefits, are also eligible for a stimulus payment. But they need to register through that.
On the IRS site.
Payments are expected to be automatically sent to Americans who are getting government benefits through Social Security, supplemental security income, railroad retirement or Veterans Affairs.
Single adults who reported
of $75,000 or less on their 2019 tax returns, or 2018, if they have not yet filed a 2019 return, get a one-time stimulus check for $1,200. Married couples who filed jointly with an adjusted gross income of less than $150,000 qualify for a $2,400 stimulus payment. Families also get an additional $500 in stimulus money for each child under 17.
For higher earners, the payment amount is reduced by 5% of the amount that adjusted gross income exceeds $75,000, or $112,500 for taxpayers filing as head of household, or $150,000 for taxpayers filing a joint return, until it reaches $0.
The $1,200 stimulus payment for eligible individuals are $2,400 for married couples filing a joint return, with no qualifying children would be reduced to $0 once adjusted gross income reaches these thresholds.
Yes, but remember the payment amount is reduced by 5% of the amount that adjusted gross income exceeds.
$75,000, or $112,500 for taxpayers filing as head of household, or $150,000 for taxpayers filing a joint return.
Until it is $0.
The eligible payment amount would drop to $0, for example, for those filing jointly with two dependents and in
of $218,000 or more. If you have more dependents, the threshold will be higher.
And for those with one dependent, the amount of the stimulus payment would drop to $0 above the thresholds below.
Under the IRS's definition, a qualifying
child must be the son, daughter, stepchild, eligible foster child, brother, sister, stepbrother, stepsister, half-brother, half-sister, or a descendant of the taxpayer, and under age 17 at the end of the taxable year. The
Friday that almost 130 million payments totaling about $218 billion have been delivered so far. It expects to send about 150 million payments total. The Treasury Department provides state-by-state figures.
Closing parenthesis.
You can use the
to track the status of your payment, and get a projected deposit date. The IRS said the information is updated once daily, usually overnight.
If you miss the deadline for adding your bank information, and you qualify for a payment, you should receive it by mail. Starting later this month, the number of paper checks being delivered to taxpayers is expected to sharply increase. But it could still take weeks for all the checks to be delivered.
The IRS plans to mail a letter to each recipient within 15 days after the payment is delivered or deposited. It will offer information on how the payment was made and how to report any failure to receive the payment.
If you didn't get the full amount you thought you were entitled to,
you can claim the additional amount when you file your 2020 tax return. Unfortunately, that means you won't see that money until 2021.